Are you brave enough to do a cold plunge? Hi there, everyone. It's Jeff, and this is Plain English, and I'll go first. No, I am not brave enough to do a cold plunge. What is a cold plunge? It's sitting in a bath of ice cold water. Some people swear by it. They say it improves your concentration and helps manage your stress. I tried it once, and I lasted a couple of seconds. But this episode is not about my experience. It's about the trend, why people do cold plunges, where you can do it, how you can do it at home, and what are the potential benefits. This is a repeat episode of Plain English. It was episode number 583, so you can find the full episode at plainenglish.com/583. Enjoy. Before we start today's story, I'd just like to remind you that the podcast is just one part of how we can help you upgrade your English skills. At plainenglish.com, you can make faster progress with active learning strategies. You can take quizzes, do activities, listen to the fast version of the audio, watch video workshops, practice what you learn, and even join a live call with JR and me. It's all about helping you build your skills to become a better, more confident English speaker. Sound good? Go to plainenglish.com to start your free 14-day trial today. Now, let's jump into today's story. Whether you call it a cold plunge, an ice bath, or its more scientific name, cold water immersion, one thing is clear. This ice-cold activity is red hot. Athletes, actors, business executives, and let's not forget, average Joes and Janes are taking the plunge and sitting voluntarily in very, very cold water. We'll call it a cold plunge. Here's what it is. You put your body into water that's 15 degrees Celsius or colder for an extended time. There are many ways to do it. Luxury health centers and spas have circulating cold tubs with powerful jets. Others are simply pools of very cold water. You can dump ice in your bathtub if you like. If you live in a cold weather place, you can jump in a lake or an ocean. A cold shower also counts. Professional athletes have long used cold tubs to relax their muscles and improve their recovery after games and competitions. Alternating between piping hot saunas and ice-cold baths is a tradition in Finland. Human texts going back thousands of years have touted the benefits of cold. But now the trend is spreading as the health benefits of cold water exposure are more widely understood. Here's what experts and practitioners say are the benefits of cold water immersion. First, it relieves muscle soreness and joint pain. This is why athletes have used cold baths for years. If you've run a marathon or just had a strenuous week at work or in the gym, your muscles will thank you for sitting in a cold tub. Studies have shown that cold water therapy reduces fatigue and muscle soreness over the long run too. But if your goal is to build muscle, be careful. Cold water can impede muscle growth, so be careful if that's your goal. Another benefit, it improves your mood. Subjectively, people who do cold plunges like it. They report feeling better and more energetic. There's a reason for that. Cold water changes the release of hormones in your body. Cold water therapy is also said to boost your immune system, reduce stress, and increase your metabolism. Finally, and I don't doubt this, it builds mental discipline. Sitting in cold water is uncomfortable, but that's the point. You get used to being in a state of discomfort. That builds your mental strength so you can more easily deal with stress in other parts of your life. So if you're convinced you should try cold plunging, I'm not, but if you are, then here's how it works. You should start gradually. Beginners shouldn't expose themselves to too much cold too early. Start at the higher end of the temperature range, about 15 degrees Celsius. Get in the water for just 1 to 2 minutes at a time, once or twice a week. See how your body responds. Then you can gradually increase the intensity of your cold therapy. You have a few levers to pull. You can lower the temperature and increase the time you spend in the water. Just find the sweet spot that works best for you. If you dare, you can work your way down to 10 degrees Celsius. Some research shows that 11 minutes per week is the right amount of time for most people. You can break your plunges into 3 or 4 sessions per week. Diehards find a way to do a cold plunge daily. But be careful. Like strenuous exercise, cold plunges put your body under stress. Too much, and you'll do more damage than good. Don't tell that to some extreme practitioners, though. In Chicago, some hardy souls jump into frigid Lake Michigan in the winter. Others seek out even colder Arctic climates for a more intense rush. Even if you're not that crazy, you might still want to try it. So where can you do it? Spas and health centers often now have cold plunges. If you've never done one before, that might be your best bet. They're now a popular new amenity at high-end condominium buildings if you're lucky enough to live in one of those. Got a big backyard? Homeowners can buy a cold plunge that's like a hot tub, only for cold water. The water in these is chilled with a slab of ice on the bottom. Prices range from about $15,000 to $50,000 or more. But there are ways to do it on the cheap. A product called the Ice Pod is like a backyard plastic swimming pool, but for ice plunges. It's portable and insulated like a person-sized, soft-sided cooler. Fill it with water, dump the ice in, and enjoy. They say you can do it in an apartment. I'm not sure about that, but it would definitely fit in a garage. If you live in a cold weather place, you can just find the nearest swimmable body of water. And if all else fails, you can just take a cold shower to get at least some of the benefits of cold water therapy. That's all for today, Monday, November 24th, 2025. We'll do another archive episode on Thursday, but we'll kick off December with 2 brand new episodes next week. See you back here on Thursday. Listen up. If you speak Spanish, Portuguese, Chinese, German, French, Italian, Japanese, Polish, or Turkish. One of the most frustrating things about listening and reading in a second language is being confused by unfamiliar words or phrases. When you listen to plain English, or when you read the transcript, you probably encounter some words you don't know. When that happens, you have a few options. You can stop the audio, go look up the definition, then return to the episode, find your place, and press play again, but that's exhausting. Or you can just skip it and be confused. That's no fun either. But what if you could see the translation of the word into your language instantly without having to stop the audio, without having to look anything up? Well, you can at plainenglish.com. For each episode, we translate about 100 words and phrases from English to 9 languages: Spanish, Portuguese, Chinese, German, French, Italian, Japanese, Polish, and Turkish. And we highlight those words in blue. All you have to do is hover your mouse over the highlighted word, and you'll see the translation instantly. It works great on mobile too. It really makes listening a lot more satisfying, and it's a great way to expand your vocabulary in English. The best way to see these translations is to sign up for a free 14-day trial at plainenglish.com. During your trial, you can read as many transcripts as you like, all with the translations into your language. So sign up for your free trial today at plainenglish.com.